Now, if you're someone who's over the age of 25, you're probably going to agree with a lot of the things I say in this video. I want to start off by saying, after the age of 25, you start fighting this war within yourself. And with brutal clarity, you start realizing your patterns, right? The addictions that you have, the bad habits that you're doing daily, you start seeing them so clearly laid out on the table. The lies that you told yourself at the age of 21, they don't work anymore. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna be distracted for a little while, because the distractions are now losing their flavor. You used to be able to sit on your phone and scroll without getting bored when you were 21 years old. But now at the age of 21, 25, 26, you start losing that flavor. You don't want to be scrolling on your phone. You don't want to be going to the club every single weekend. You realize all of the bad habits that you are currently doing and you start hating them. And this is something that happens to a lot of men who between the ages of 25 and 30, they secretly start panicking from the inside because they told themselves at the age of 20, hey, when I'm 25 years old, I'm gonna have a good paying job, I'm gonna buy a house, I'm gonna buy a nice car, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna start a family. And then you realize that none of that came true. All the things that you told yourself that you were going to achieve by the age of 25, none of it came true. Then you start to doubt yourself and question yourself if you can even recover from that, because when you're 20 years old, 21 years old, you made a lot of fake promises and now you couldn't keep them. So what happens if you start making promises now? Will you be able to keep them in the future? And this is a struggle that a lot of men go through, right? So you're not the only one. If you're feeling, oh wow, I'm 25, 27 years old and life's really hitting me, well, good, because a lot of other men are going through the exact same thing as you are right now. And there's only one way that you can genuinely help yourself at this point. Number one, realize your bad habits, right? Because if you know that, hey, you're wasting time, you're going out and chasing girls, you're going to the parties, you're doing all of this stuff, and then you're like, well, nothing's really happening, but why is nothing happening? It becomes so clear in front of you that you have to get rid of all of these bad things that you're doing so you can just focus on your purpose, because you start to feel time. You feel not just the days that have been gone, you start feeling the years that have been wasted. All of the potential that you could have been at right now, you start feeling the immense weight of it, right? And you start asking yourself these questions of, what happens if I started sooner? What happens if I studied more in school? What if my life was going completely the other direction, and instead of being this 25-year-old who smokes all day, watches TV, goes to work, and then comes back home to sleep? What if my life was completely different? What if I had a job that I genuinely loved and I was doing something where I was helping other people and I was living the best life possible? A lot of you men are going to start questioning this, which is a good thing. Questioning yourself is part of the solution, because what's the alternative? What is genuinely the alternative? Well, if you say, well, I'm 25 years old, I still have time to figure it out, then right now you are doubling down on your delusion, right? You're saying, oh, I'm gonna figure it out later. I told myself I was gonna figure it out at the age of 25, but since I haven't figured it out, I still need more time. You need to stop living in your delusion and come back to reality. If you do not start working on yourself, if you do not start making change right at this moment, there is no guarantee for you in the future. There just isn't. And that's how it is for a lot of men. Luckily for everyone who's watching this, the world is changing. Men are starting to go on self-improvement. They are realizing, hey, maybe I can fix this. Maybe I can turn my life around from this point on and enjoy the next 85 years. But all I have to do is genuinely give 3 years of my time to one thing, learn it, master it, and I will be set for the rest of my life. Who you were 5 years ago doesn't matter right now. All the mistakes you made 5 years ago do not matter right now. It's like that saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. So with this information that I'm giving you, I am telling you, you are not alone in this. There's many 25 years old, there's many 30-year-old, 35-year-olds who have gone through the same thing and are currently going through the same struggles as you. You might feel like you're being left behind, but at the truth, the very core, everyone else is going through the same thing. Everyone else is going through their crisis of finding out who they are, finding out what they want to do with their life, and finding out what type of life do you want to live. Do you want to live the type of life that you've been living for the last couple of years, or do you genuinely want to start making change and becoming the person that you're meant to be? This is not me trying to motivate you to get out of bed or get out of, start working on yourself. This is a call to action. This is not something that I can do. I can't make you work, right? I can't make you go to the gym and get the dream physique that you want. But I am telling you right now, in the next 5 years, if you do not change something right now, the next 5 years are going to be the same as the last 5 years. So you have to understand this. And once you do, right, chances are you've already been panicking, right? There's nights where you can't go to sleep because you're like, how am I going to make rent? How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to get this? And if you want to keep that struggle going and you want to live in your delusion that, yeah, I should be out enjoying my life, then do that. But you will be just like everyone else. Everyone wants to be special. Everyone thinks that they're so special. But when the time actually comes to do the hard work, sit by yourself, be alone for months, if not years, they break, they fold. The best piece of advice that anyone can give you is this. That mask that you've been wearing since you were 20 years old of, oh, I'm so confident, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this. Your mask is going to be peeling very soon. And that's when you're going to have to decide, are you going to double down on your delusion, or are you going to start building something that lasts? The choice is yours, and both the outcome and the input that you have to put to get the result are based off of your efforts. Now, if you believe that you can figure it out, congratulations, you probably can. But if you think that this is just like any other YouTube video out there where you're like, okay, I'm getting motivated right now, let me start working on my business, and then 2 weeks later you've completely given up on the dream, then this video is not for you. This video is meant for the 25-year-old, 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds who genuinely have realized that, hey, this is my time to build something that is going to help my future family, my current family, get us out of the situation and make it so we can live in a flourished state, right? Where we don't have to worry about the bills or worry about groceries or worry about the car payment that's coming up next. This is all on you. And depending on if you genuinely decide to take this next step, you will be living a completely different life, or you're going to be living the same life that you've been living for the last couple of years. The choice is yours. You've been handed the keys. Now it's your time to start the ignition and get moving. My name is Kyle. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new. And last but not least, my name is Kyle the Conqueror. Join the conquest. Peace out.